load the game! So I gotta have a bit of fun with the music. It's fun music, let's be honest. Yes, I want to begin where we left off. So. Nope. Okay. So, when we last left off, there was some weird shit going down. With a hammer and a robot justice. And we just found Hifumi lying in the nurse's office with blood, and then there was the body discovery announcement. It must mean Hifumi. Someone killed him. One of us. One of us? And look at that. When Celeste said that, she pointed to something. Something on the floor. Something that had also been on the floor after the last two surprise attacks. Another hammer. Hammer? Justice Hammer 3. And it's even bigger than the other two. Just as I suspected. One strike from that and you are finished. Then the killer. There could be no doubt. The suspicious individual. Going by what Hifumi called him. The culprit must be Robo Justice. I'm just gonna turn the music down. And hope it's alright. Whoever's hiding in their costume is the one that killed Hifumi. But wait, you saw him on the 3rd floor, right? Running back into the hall. So how did he end up in the nurse's office? You're not saying they're like a teleported or something, right?
Are you okay with this?
Are you okay with this? We can figure that part out later. Right now, we have to tell the others. I need her to repeat her accent so that I could get it. You're right.
So then...
Then shall we go? Hina, snap out of it.
Huh?
Huh? Are you okay, Hina?
Sorry.
I'm not sure I can move right now. I'm feeling kinda... This is the problem. We can't just leave Hina here alone. Okay, then I'll go get everyone. You stay here with Hina. Very well. I leave it to you then. Okay, I'll be back soon. I tried to sound confident and upbeat, but I still hadn't stopped trembling from what I'd just been through. Everyone else is already on the 3rd floor. I have to hurry. This is where everyone was chasing after this suspicious individual. Where was he headed? Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him. The strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. He ran off going further down the hallway. Way into the back of the hallway? Where am I? Where I don't know where we are. What is this? Why is the school a maze? As far as I can tell, there's nobody here, but still, I feel some kind of presence. Yeah, I'm sure I can feel some of this presence. Is it coming from over there in the back? I leapt through the doorway. And when I did, I found another nightmare. The second nightmare of the day was waiting there to greet me. there, in a pool of his own blood, was Taka, dead. Okay, so I could have gone this far, but Fumi's body discovered in the nurse's office. Taka's body discovered in the equipment room. I was witness to 2 nightmares, one right after another. No, they weren't nightmares. This is harsh reality. The true nightmare is this reality, the reality I have to face every day. But still, why is this happening? Toko? Toko? Don't tell me. Toko too? Relax. She passed out when she saw the blood. Blood? Oh, that's right. When Toko is, Toko, she has a fear of blood, huh? Yes, hemophobic. We've tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her be for now. Saki said I should leave her alone for now. Okay. Hey, Sakura. Okay, then. Taka. Damn it! Why did this happen? Okay, Byakuya. Oh, hammer. Hammer! Another hammer. No, it's Justice Hammer 4 and it's even bigger than before. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too?
However...
But why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1. Fumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. But this time it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to number 3? Ah!
What?
What's the matter? Oh, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you just reminded me.
What?
Out with it. Do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi's dead too.
What?
Huh?
Hey!
Hifumi's been killed? Yeah.
I see.
Just why you came to get us. Then we better go check it out.
Damn.
Of course. Come on. So, Sakura, Byakuya, and I rushed out of the physics lab. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab...
Oh.
Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard. Fumi is dead, right?
Indeed.
Well, that is not all. It is gone. Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. What?
What did you say?
What are you talking about? It's disappeared? Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What?
What the heck is happening here?
Hey!
Everyone, back to the nurse's office. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse's office completely out of breath. I couldn't believe my eyes. Fumi's body was there just a few minutes earlier. It just disappeared? Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, but we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back...
Indeed.
This must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
What did you say?
Don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear.
Why?
First, there were 2 murders, and now one of the bodies has been taken? This is unnatural.
Huh?
Hold on, what do you mean 2 murders?
Hina.
Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room.
No way!
It can't be. Taka too? It can't be. It can't be.
No!
Hina.
Hina, come down. We're all gonna die. All of us. They're gonna kill all of us. Then who might the next target be? Toko? Huh?
What?
I completely forget. She's still unconscious in the equipment room.
Well,
You left her at the scene of the crime? Didn't have a choice. She passed out and she refused to wake up.
huh?
So she is still unconscious?
Damn.
Wait, so you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me wherever I go. We'd be better off without her. Oh my god. Yeah.
Bastard!
Just gonna... Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You had no right to blame me. Everyone stop fighting! Right now we need to hurry back.
Huh?
I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die.
Damn.
Byakuya, if something's happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. I don't think Byakuya cares. So much is happening. What a way to start a stream, huh? We shot out of the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed, and when we got there... Toko! Thank God you're okay. But right away I noticed there was something very different here. I wonder... It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right there, had disappeared.
This
can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before, and what I'm seeing right now isn't what I saw before.
Huh?
What? Are you saying Taka disappeared too?
Stop talking.
Stop saying disappeared. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this has hidden the body. But why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our costume suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree.
Huh?
We gotta hurry up and catch him before he kills all of us.
Not possible.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that.
Huh?
Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies?
Well...
When Hifumi's death crime went up, everyone here was together on the 3rd floor.
It is so.
After that, we split up into 2 groups. And now this time, you all came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko, who are still missing. Oh, hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending you. Perhaps you are in love? Yes, but with you, Tagami-senpai. That's not it at all.
That's fine.
Well, anyway, yes, I do accept Kyoko's alibi.
Let's see...
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro. Which further means there will be no more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Hiro is dumb as bricks, though. Oh, that's right. There's a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
As long as that rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder if they were to break that rule.
Shing!
Mitsuya without a second thought. Mitsuya grind you, turn you into paste. By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish? Like shrimp or crabs? Indeed.
Let's see...
So, since 2 people have been killed, there is no possibility of any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we'd be better off without her, though.
In other words...
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. The 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it, is Hiro. Except he is. He got nothing in here. He's got nothing. It's just air. And maybe like some cotton swabs or something. But is he really the killer? And what about Kyoko? She's not involved in this case. Where did she go?
What?
Where'd you go? Hey, Makoto, what's the matter? Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Whatever. We need to find those bodies, or our little narrative here can't move forward.
So then...
Very well. Then let us split up and begin searching.
But...
But... there is no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case. You seem very certain about that, Celeste.
Cause, I mean...
I know that. I mean, I think I do, but...
Hina.
If you're still nervous, I'll come with you.
Huh?
Okay then, thank you. No need to thank me. Let's get moving. Yell out if you find anything. Byakuya left the equipment room followed by the others. I try and find the two missing bodies. Okay then. Let's go. We haven't even started the investigation yet. Where are we? The school is a maze. Rattle, rattle. Huh? The door must be locked.
Huh?
Look at two bodies have disappeared too.
Damn.
We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? Okay, well... it's not here, is it? I think I'm going the right way. I don't know. The school is a maze. I cannot make sense of it. I mean, they might be in the rec room. I don't know. No, just the hammer. Celeste. Did she really attack with this Justice Hammer 1? But what the heck is with this thing? Okay. Then I think there's a couple of classrooms. Oh, look in the classrooms. I don't know. Getting tired of this. Well, they're not here, are they? Yeah, we'll leave. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Makoto. Makoto.
Come on.
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean... I was just there!
Indeed.
I found them. Hifumi and Taka's body have been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I've already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. Bodies were in the repository? Are the bodies here somewhere? No, he did definitely said the repository. I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. Up ahead is the repository. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. Then I have no choice but to go inside. It was locked like 2 seconds ago. So I opened the door. And when I entered, I saw... two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. Oh my god. And then I heard the announcement for a second time. Ding dong, dong ding.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
And so here we are!
It's the Monokuma file!
I was was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen.
What?
It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Stop talking.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Now make sure to investigate with all of your mental might and prepare for the class trial. Literally no one in this class has mental might, Monokuma.
See ya later.
See ya later! I could do a cross stitch, Monokuma. Sorry, my mind's just embroidering cross stitch at the moment. Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit.
What the heck?
Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know.
That's terrible.
Dead. Gone forever. They're never coming back. Literally 4 people have already died, Hina. No, 5, actually. I forgot about Junko. We don't talk about Junko. I don't know why that went into my head. Awful. This is all just too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. Yeah, as opposed to dry tears. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheek. He does kind of look like a walrus. If this was some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. This wasn't...
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Winter is coming.
Hifumi! Wake up!
Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
Come on, you gotta wake up!
I remember everything before I met you all. I met you all.
What? His memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light, it's reaching out to me like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasu. Hiro.
Well, that's pretty damning. His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Are we getting another body discovery announcement since he died again? Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins? No calcium in your bones? At least you have your What does that mean, Celeste? What are you talking about?
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. You said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So, in other words,
With that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi, and then going so far as to hide their bodies? Criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers? Hey look, there's some missing hammers in the repository. I wonder why. Is that what Hero is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends. Was Hifumi really a friend? He was more of a creep that was around because he was in your class. Like, ugh.
that's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although, this time it's not all that life and death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. One more time. Celebrate. Yeah. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it! Just do it! Investigate. First, I better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotake Shimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it.
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened in the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko?
perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma appears!
Don't be rude! I'm here to answer your question! What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Oh no!
In other words,
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then...
So you saying nobody worked together this time either?
hey,
Sorry, I can't answer that. It'd obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder,
phew.
only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words,
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
Well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
extreme!
the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened, so just one person?
Well now,
That's enough for explainifying! Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants! So there can only be one blackened, an accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. Maybe right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you?
However...
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think we should consider assuming someone as suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack.
What?
What? I'm offended!
Oh.
Cat? When did you... I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you would know where to be found.
You SOB!
Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl.
Huh?
Milk sack?
You gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect? I don't know what this voice is. Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. When the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
It's not the kind of a thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
So then...
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
And that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But... maybe it's just me. I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. It never is. Except for the time, except for 11037. That was pretty fucking straightforward and it should have just been right away. But, you know. Monokuma file number 3 has been added to the chewed bullet section of your hammock. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice hammers have been signed using these as a model? Or there's some missing from the wall! Either way, all that hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer. Nice. Alright, Taka, hello my friend. Taka, you'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found just him fallen near his body in the equipment room. Is that all that was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Nice. Blue tarp, yep. Hifumi's big, cold body, big is right, is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to... Look at the way it's cut off. Like, through... Yeah, there's just like this straight line with the sprite. It's just... It's a bit weird. How on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating it for myself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh. Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. Yeah, it's not in the same place. That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now, they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that, and why? Nice! Oh, the roller thingy there. No! It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. There's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Nice! Sakura! There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
Would you like my help? Sure. Let's go over everything. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search, and soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this Robo-Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claim, we went back up to the 2nd floor, where we split up and began searching. Then, right after that, Celeste screamed. This time, she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? It was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, this strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so I headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. There's so much talking, you guys. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse. Which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement playing. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened.
However...
But at that same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office. Oh my god. Leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. What the fuck is going on? But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body has disappeared. Hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was, in fact, gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. There's so much movement, oh my god. Just thinking about it. Oh look, there's wheel marks in the blood now. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating this or something? Oh god, what happened to my Sakura voice? This time, Taka's body had disappeared. From there, we began our search for both of the missing bodies, and after some time, Celeste told us she'd found the bodies. Oh, sorry, that Sakura Celeste told us she found the bodies and we all headed to the repository. And there we discovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now.
However,
Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you again. I don't want to go over that all over again.
So,
Yeah, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's body disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
but...
And we came right to the repository to, look around. When we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked? And we came here as soon as the slit shuttered, so there's no way someone could have bet us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. I have to leave this area to figure it out. Yeah, probably. Alright. Hey, Byakuya! Jacket, do you really think Hiro did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks, murders, and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. The last thing Hifumi said when he died. Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So, in other words,
Then there is no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it... Oh my gosh. Why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Wear your masks, guys! It keeps you safe from being a murder suspect. Also COVID. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I'm sorry, exactly. He is the fool of the century. Why do you think he could pull any of this off? I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think it's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hidden in there somewhere.
what?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no. There are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is... why'd they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Because all the risk is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps. I see. So that's what that means. But is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. We're lovers. Sorry. I am joking, especially at this point. The fact that I ship Makoto and Byakuya is like in different situations. Huh? What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. He thanked us! Sakami-senpai thanked us. I really am joking about this. Oh, he's an asshole. Serious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He took us as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? No, he's leaving it for the trial. Because that's what he does. I think that's everything in here. Alright. Definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims there was no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone... Okay. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There's some places I already know about. First, the nurse's office, where Hifumi was found. Then the equipment room, where Taka was found. Yep. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Yep. I hate this school so much. It doesn't make sense. There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. Yes, that reminds me about the trolley in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from... What? Here, which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. Equipment room blood stain. But even the dolly was used to move Taka's body. What about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with a dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. The hammer! Just as hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. Up. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Nice! Alright, I guess we'll talk to Genocide Jill. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away! I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event! Jesus, okay. Well, that's that then. Let's go. No, we need to come all the way down. I hate this fucking school. What the fuck is wrong with it? Why is it a maze? I genuinely just mean the layout of it. Someone should do it. Sims Danganronpa with the Sims for high school years. I think we should go to the library. Because... I don't know if we should or not, but Fumi was found. I don't think there is, okay. And, right, down to the nurse's office. Wait, where's the stairs? School is very confusing. Celeste! What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. When you got back, the body was gone? It could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes. I can't think of anything less than impossible. Nice. Celeste's account. Justice Hammer 3. The only one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind. Alright. A refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything... Really? Bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions, I guess. Doesn't help me though. I'm not a vampire. Celeste's a vampire! Nice! It's just a normal trash can. Huh? Wait, there's something inside. Just more to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth with blood on it.
Oh.
Ah, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
Cleaning cloth? And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either, but I think it might be important. Okay. I don't... Alright. Alright, so we're... Okay. It will give me the cues, it's fine. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have?! I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hero's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? Oh, sorry, this is Makoto's. You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
At least he says goodbye and doesn't just walk off like a dickhead. I'm supposed to go to Hero's room, but what's waiting for me there? Well... I need to go this way. Ba, 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 ba. Kyoko, Taka, Mondo, Us, Yakia, Sayaka, Junko, Toko, Hiro, Celeste, Aoi, Sakura, Leon, Yasuhiro. The door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. Yaki did say to go look. Might not be a great idea, but I'm going to take the plunge. This is Hero's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where do you even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and something's made out of, it looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster? Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hero's room. But wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. Okay. It's not weird. Okay. Soundless. He checked the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy though. How does a bathroom even get this dirty? One I ask my Sims constantly. think that's it. Alright. Makoto! Big news! Big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko! What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's Hero wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. Second, not third. I think Hero and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I ran off to the second floor as fast as I could. And I think this is where I'm gonna go for a quick break. And then we will be back. I can back. And I guess we're going over here now. Kyoko, and...
I mean...
Whew, man, I have had the worst day. Hero?
Right.
I found Hero. He was jammed into the ballroom locker. Looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it. Like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Well,
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
it's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly. She says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind?
and?
First of all, Hero, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Oh, well, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you.
Huh?
Well,
Let me out of here!
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
You got it all wrong!
I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing!
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Okay. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hero out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Will, free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hero?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hero would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
Honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
is that okay?
In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
And it's obvious. The one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone
That's terrible!
was Hero. Jeez, less into kinky shit, huh? Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else.
What?
To tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
Maybe a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, tagging, blueprints. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them.
Please!
What? Killed who? I have no idea who you're talking about. This must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. Who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you can fit me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit. Hannah started putting on the rubber dusting costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
And a half, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's because you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up pieces of the floor. But he's like the shortest guy. He's shorter than Hina. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
See, I told you it was impossible. You are absolutely right. It seems the costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly.
But...
Then there's another costume. There must be one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there is another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Oh, pardon. Who cares? Hiro's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible.
Which is how we know it was him.
What?
I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, tell me? Robo Justice costume has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright. There's a big locker near the pool. Celeste.
Oh.
I certainly did not expect Hiro and Kyoko to turn up at the same time. But where has Kyoko been hiding all this time? I have no idea.
Then perhaps
she really is working for the mastermind. What else would explain her questionable behavior? But you're quite protective of her, yes? Just because she helped me out so much up until now. If I were the mastermind, that is exactly what I would do to earn your trust. Yakya! It's looking more and more like it really was a setup. Hina.
What the heck?
There's no talking your way out of this one. You did it. Everyone knows it.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi.
What?
What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it.
Please!
I did not.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed...
How about that?
That's it. I know who did it.
So then...
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least
Which
30% right.
Alter Ego or Chihiro must have done it. Alter Ego is a computer. Chihiro is dead. So... I don't think so. Nice try.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please!
Huh? Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us! Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
So
I
then.
know that note. No. Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The last thing I remember was going to the rec room, and for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
Well, really? I told you. Someone's trying to set me up. Secret passageway. A chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, I have to be trapped there so long. Even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Yeah, they preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it.
Ah,
Yeah, sure. That doesn't help your case, hero.
Please.
Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. I don't know what I'm doing with this. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second when I'm broken, just a minute till we can learn to love again. What the heck? For serious? Nice, Yasuro's account. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
What? Why did you kill him? Tell us, hero. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, there must be it. You must be totally broken, that's why.
Please.
Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help
What are
me.
you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? Hold them. Yeah.
What?
Ah, you're right. I need to go look for the second suit in that note. Feet, don't fail me now. What? I guess I'd get up. I guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko, Genocide Jack, to switch with me, but if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto,
Kodo, do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
it would seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time. Will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? No!
shall
Okay,
we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey,
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
Anyway, we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. But I guess we should head that way for now. Oh my god, okay. This is a very confusing map. Fumi and Taka. Remember, for a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
so then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
Monokuma Fire was right. They were killed using similar weapons. The movements were so smooth. She was so calm. See how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Taka was killed by a blow to the head. He must have been struck by... Okay. Yeah, to this. Okay, do we need to talk to Kyoko then?
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey,
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore in his left hand? You did?
whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch?
So then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? Most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, their hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the ear as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know? You know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Broken wristwatch has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
however,
That's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto,
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
because
Rigor mortis is already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? No, Kyoko, that's not how it works! Oh my god. Okay. Makoto is a tiny little baby. The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating up some effort. Okay. A piece of paper?
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. It's a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
Wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Gosh, I'm sorry about all the burping. Am I? Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Nice. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper. Biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office where it was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third and all without anyone noticing. I just can't see how this works. Further, it seems that Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using just number 3, which we found in the nurse's office, but when we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. Now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But why did they do that? And why? Okay, so now do I have to talk to Kyoko again? So, did you find anything?
indeed.
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
That's right.
Fumi had it hidden on him. Hidden.
Indeed.
Stuffed it in his pants. So I can only assume he hid it on purpose. In his pants? Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It's just his pants. Not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important Hifumi or I'll never forgive you for... Oh my god. Makoto, there's bigger issues. There's bigger fish to fry. A note. Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 AM.
so...
Sounds very familiar. That's it. That's the same thing Hiro said. He was telling the truth.
However,
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 AM. Time is different. Hiro told us the note said to meet at 1 AM. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 AM.
is that right?
Also a different place. Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's some meaning there. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped. I don't know, maybe the ripped bit of paper that Taka had. Could you maybe explain it a little more? Because I have one brain cell. Hi, Sleepy Gaming! How are you going? Welcome to the stream. Think carefully.
Hey.
He doesn't know how. Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea. Still me, by the way. Don't simply. I get confused. It's fine.
So then,
What if it... Oh my god. No, okay. What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper where he was holding it, when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. What? The note Fumi had has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had the e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Why'd you bring it up then? Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So why'd you bring it up then? So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have got out of my way to mention... Kyoko! Why don't you just say the things you mean? Sorry, I just... What the hell are you talking about? Anyway, how are you doubling? All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. May come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. Yeah, because she's not. She's talking in circles. Just say it straight, Kyoko. Fuck. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. E-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Ding dong bing bong.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Oh, I won't have to be talking so much soon. Yes!
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem...
I'm just going to go... I need... this. Okay. Alright. Just in case. I probably won't actually need it, but just in case. It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we'd better get going. Okay. Oh, cool. I didn't have to find my way through the fucking maze of a school. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Hello! Hello, hello! He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so far it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along!
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Ben, if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train! Elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it. For serious.
Hmm.
That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the court.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends, the killer is... someone right here! Okay, anyway, let's go. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. Began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, like, honestly, just get to it already! The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. Oh my gosh. You remember when that was so much more full, and now it's like this? The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. Ding! I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Well, what? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute!
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me! Of course I'm gonna start it! I would never be like, stay tuned for the action class trial after this commercial break. I will. I'm going to do exactly that.
Yahoo!
I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial! Yes, we're saving. Yeah. Alright. We will be back in a sec. But I am going to go for a break because, you know, a whole freaking thing. I'm going to make some tea. Because I do still have some of this, but I specifically want tea. And then I will be back. So yeah. And then we will finish the class trial and find out who killed Taka and Hifumi. Hello, I came back. I have tea. And my tea or death mug. Even though she's changed her name. Since. Let's see skills. I think that is it, yeah. Finish preparations, let's go!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
You're literally a serial killer.
Who are you calling a murderer?
Thank you, Hero.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know!
Is Hero really the killer? Or, before anything else, we have to make that clear.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Okay. I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awfully messy. Okay.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
What I wanted. Wait, how do I?
I don't know anything about that stuff!
Slow it down. Space. Okay, I got it.
It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
And fast forward control, okay.
Hiro, why?
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints.
The suit parts. No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong!
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
And then keep it in their room?
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
At least you can admit it.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Got me!
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Tell them, Makoto! And of course he passes it off to me. Tell them, Makoto.
So,
Tell them,
Who was in the
Makoto.
Robo-Justice suit?
Which is individual in question, the one it was Hero.
I got it!
The
Other than
Illuminati!
Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that,
Tell them, Makoto!
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's...
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Tell us, Makoto! Things that we used. They must have been. It was the blue top.
I got it!
Still one more thing, yes. And the dolly.
I got it!
I got it!
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Shh! What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain.
Oh my god.
Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Well, you see, it has wheels, and it was in the place of the body, and it had blood on it. Like, you could see this for yourself. I know you're not blind. Fucking hell.
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
I really get way too frustrated that we have to explain every single little detail that should seem obvious. I love this game.
But when the body disappeared, so did the...
Yeah, the body disappeared.
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
Yep.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Seems pretty clear to me.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize
There was blood on the wheels, you
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in
Yeah! Come on! Why is everything on Makoto?
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Excuse me, Celeste? I'm sorry. Who solved the last two cases? You'd be dead if it wasn't for Makoto. Fuck off. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being mean. Maybe I can change my mind. Everyone's so mean to Makoto, and he's the one keeping them alive. He's carrying them. Because, yeah, Kyoko knows, but she doesn't do shit. She doesn't tell anyone anything. She's just like, eh. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new oh no! Bullet time! No! Would you like to hear more? I guess so. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. No! I can't even remember how to do it! On the bottom of the screen, oh no, ammo count, fuck. Oh my god, from now on, just look, I'm pressing the left mouse. Oh, okay. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any. Okay. Tab. Just like locking on, you have to press the tab key. Basically, right mouse and left mouse. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. I'm on Gendo.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
I hate this!
You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
I hate... I was just like...
If you're asking for proof
Completely
that the
out.
dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room, and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then... what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Uh-huh. What does he mean by that? Make your argument. Robert Justice costume.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp,
Yes.
then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong.
How would you... You were the one that did it! Yourself!
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low.
I was gonna let it all run through, but then I was like...
But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
You tried it on, Hina! Like 5 minutes ago!
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised it got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. But not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Just kick it.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no choice. Heroes, what's on? You can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Well, Toko wasn't there. Genocide jail, whatever. Genocide show. I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help you.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo-Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hina would end up in a cult, I think. Like, she would be the kind of person to fall for a cult.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Series of unfortunate events?
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning.
Oh god, we're going over everything again?
4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice.
So stupid.
It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi.
Who wants a Fumi anyway?
We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow! Something moving around at the top of the stairs!
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor.
I'm just getting another biscuit, it's fine.
And soon after that,
I'm getting the Hawke's Bay Apple Crumble Toffee Box because the yum.
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Anya. Oh, what was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Mom, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time.
Convenient.
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
So much movement. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating? Whoa, that was no, a second. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Okay.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
Just pulling out some words. It's fine. Okay.
Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. Monochrome File 3. Okay.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Okay, I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do. Yeah? Okay.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's
forgot.
death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Yeah, that was fine.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna move over a little bit.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Yeah, okay. Hangman's Gambit! Okay, so I need that. I think I remember how this goes. I wasn't quick enough for the C!
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night,
Pun. Yeah, I get it.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Are you? This came from the step. Oh my god, stop. I don't need to go over the same scene 5 times!
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse.
Yeah.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
I mean, it's not actually a bad...
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
Maybe the e-handbook has, recording features on it. I don't know.
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
That's true. Also, I need to go on another break. So... I'm just gonna quickly save and... save. And then I will be back. I just had a whole cup of tea. Of course I need a break. Hello. Alright.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
Well, the point of the trial is to find out who did it.
So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said, his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Okay, that's a weird way to put it, Kyoko. Just say Hifumi moved himself.
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
That'd be why he cleaned his glasses.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Sure.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead.
Why did she look so
without a
happy
doubt.
about it?
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
no, that's wrong.
Oh.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
But there was a second one later.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail.
Detail.
But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that... It's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
A dead body for the first time, and we heard it again later.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later
Because
on?
one of them wasn't there the first time.
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
You'd think I hate this game. I really don't. I love this series. First time I played when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room, and the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong! A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin!
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
Oh my god, okay.
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Uh-huh. Interesting that you keep saying that, Celeste.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change
in how it was positioned,
Oh, whoops, it was the wrong place. Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry.
Well, here's one thing we did. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in.
But when you compare his body other than the
change in how it was, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong.
Sometimes I'll fuck up.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository.
Okay.
His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Oh my god, okay.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Valid.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... what exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But why
But who
would
would
he?
benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Copious corpse, exactly.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Pepto-Bismol.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained.
If he hadn't gotten on his glasses?
It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Oh yes, Taka himself.
I got it!
Sakura.
It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Yes, and then he ended up dead. That's how this game goes. You murder, you die.
Can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The
Tell him,
item he
Makoto!
took
Oh my god, okay. What did Hifumi steal? It was... the note Hifumi had.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 AM.
Ah! That's the note I was telling you about! The one that told me where to go! Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 AM.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants. Okay, it was Taka.
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
TikTok and Huffy. Great. Thanks. Thanks, Jill.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
What the fuck is her tongue?
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
TikTok
No,
on the
that's
clock. I got stuff.
No,
TikTok.
there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Oh my god. That's scrap of paper.
I got it!
I got it!
When I searched Taka's body,
I
saw
found
that his
a
lifeless
trailer
hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
for Goat Sim 3. Wait a second. Okay, wait, hold on a second. There was a Goat Sim 2. What? For there to be a Goat Simulator 3, there had to be a Goat Simulator 2. And June is getting a video game. Yeah. Interesting. I can't get over the fact that there's a Goat Sim 2.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
I just love the music.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip.
What? Where are you going?
Leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Yes.
Exactly. which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Wait, what? Goat Sim 3 is Goat Sim 2 because the second game doesn't exist. So what? So why is it called Goat Sim 3? Oh my gosh. Hello? Hello? Oh! It's a kitten! Is he having a walk? Sorry? Fine. I don't know if you saw it, but it was a little kitten. Actually, not so little kitten these days.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure.
So it's multiple goats. Okay. So you play as multiple goats? I need to know more about this.
In fact...
Multiplayer! Oh my gosh, multiplayer goat simulator. Oh my god.
He was behind the whole thing! In fact, he's still alive!
Hero, please.
Sorry, no.
Hats and dress up. Perfect.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
And lollies. I can't help it. Pardon. Actually, I can help it. I just want to.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Except for Sakura and Hina. But that's because they're lesbians together.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
November 17th this year. Interesting. Maybe that'll be a community game at some point. Just play multiplayer goats.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi!
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all.
A rhino. You can play as a rhino. What?
But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
There was one that was suspiciously clean.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
You know what? Byakuya is right to say this. And normally I pull him up on being an asshole. but this is valid.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
I don't think it's very tight at all.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case. Okay. So I have to find the truth. It was the suspiciously clean hammer. Yeah, see? Spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3?
Shoot!
I was supposed to counter it. That was my bad.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3?
No.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
No.
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
I'm fucking it up! I'm sorry! Okay, sorry. Okay.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Was it maybe Justice? Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody witness them? Sounds like a Justice Hammer. Check out murdergear.com/.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear.
The
murder weapon had to be one of the Justice.
No, that's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small
ones as big as...
and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
No, they literally used them from the wall. You can see the empty spots. Makoto.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Sure. Uh-huh. Sorry. Something about this game that makes me do.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Pun.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however,
There were 2 murders.
No, I need to grab it!
Shoot!
Fuck! I'm sorry.
Based on the rules
I'm fucking it up.
Even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really
in this case, however,
There were 2 murders.
I didn't hold it. I just shot at it.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who
Well, let's hope I
actually
fuck
carried
nothing
out
else
the
up.
act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply
No,
No, that's wrong.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
Why am I fucking this up so much?
What do you
I'm
mean?
gentle.
if there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Listen, I can't blame this person for killing Hifumi. He was the worst.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the 2 murders was the same. That was the main characteristic this time. You must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series but entirely separate incidents. Who really is amazing. God, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. What the fuck? Like, almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved.
We still
But
don't
then
know
who
what
was the one
Kyoko's...
pulling Hifumi's strings.
We still don't know what Kyoko's ultimate talent is.
That's problem numero uno right now.
There's really only one person.
Here's my answer.
You're the only
It
one.
was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yes.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
Ooh, I need a bathroom again.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
What happened to her accent?
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
And we will look at that evidence after the break because I keep drinking. It's fine. Yeah, we'll be back. Okay. Wait a second.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that they only had in common? The screaming, paper hiding in Hifumi's pants, encountering a suspicious individual.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Excuse me, Byakuya. The whole time you're like, tell him, Makoto. You tell them, Makoto. Right? Isn't that right, Makoto? And now you're like, my turn. Fuck you. Nah, fuck off.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
she let out a blood-curdling scream.
Oh, and a sequel that never was is now a thing. Dead Island 2. I'm not familiar.
And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
What's wrong? Intense scream. I saw him, strange costume man. He ran off. I was blocking the stairs.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm not familiar. I don't do zombie stuff. Cool.
It was time for her partner to get to work.
Huh? What was that?
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up. Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Okay, so here's the thing. Celeste is the ultimate gambler, which means she has an amazing poker face and is a great liar. So, like, no, don't fucking trust her.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
She's just like, yeah, okay.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
It's because you got, like, 0 brain cells.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yeah, I can see that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Yes. When she said that, she should only have known about Hifumi's death.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die.
Just like those guys died.
No! Fuck. Sorry, that was my bad.
And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be.
We are all going to die here. We are going to die. Just like those.
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. They're dancing. Yes, they're dancing.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
Yep.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow
Oh
me
my
to educate
God.
you.
Okay, is it really possible? I don't know.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up.
No, that's wrong. No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
It can't bend. It can't bend at the waist. It forces you to
That's
stay
right.
straight.
They totally.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
What happened to her accent?
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said people's last names.
That's right. Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Which, yeah. Pretty common in Japan.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
So, I wonder how this goes for the Japanese.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Okay, no, so first of all, her name is Celeste. Her name is Celestia Ludenberg. That is what she chooses to go by. Any other name? Dead name. Don't do it.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well? Do I? What?
think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine! Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He
Yes.
wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way
To contradict me.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it! When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one! Now, this is not your everyday notebook, it has so many more uses than that!
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
Sure.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because of the
wonderful things he does!
until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
I'm pretty sure the game's over, Celeste.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Okie dokie. Hero? Talking about the stuff done in the Robe of Justice. Ah, right. Falsify the evidence. It's 6. That's the other lot. That was just can't. What? Kill Taka. It was 4. Fake the existence of a shadow criminal. Nurse's office. That's 3. Maybe something to move Taka's body. And then weapon. That way.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Yep.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents.
More good news. I have a class teacher agreed to meet me. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so they falsified 2 more
For
assaults.
these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken.
Oh, cool. Karate. I used to do karate.
They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise
Years
attack
ago.
story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator, and Justice Hammer 3...
The way he's just like... Wee!
And turned the room into a crime scene, in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time.
Okay, so here's the thing. How did Hifumi not realize that he was the one Celeste was gonna kill? Because, like, part of the plan was to make it look like he had been murdered to get them all go out, oh, things are weird. He had to be dead. He had to stay dead for the plan to work.
So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, We all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
This is so convoluted.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Why? Hifumi had to be dead at the end for the plan to work. Otherwise, he would turn up at the trial or during the investigation not dead, and then people would be like, hang on a minute, why were you dead before?
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
The fuck?
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Yeah, listen. I fucked a few things.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
I'm just gonna...
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised this whole stinking scheme was... Ta-da! Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro!
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty. Lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Did you use, you know... I'm kidding. Jeez, two boobs is what I was trying to say. I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the only thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Is she talking about alter ego? Yes.
Say what?
What? What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one who stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
So she did lie. Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then... It's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
So she said she didn't lie. She did! And you had gone a little crazy, but...
Say what?
It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was.
Completely unforgivable!
Yeah, okay.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka is going to try to kill you.
Indeed.
And all so he can keep her to himself. Bastard!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with his barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I?
I swear I will save her!
Actually...
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have a question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt to do. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid.
Huh?
That's it.
Let's see...
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you would actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. And at that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Pyakia!
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money?
Hmm.
Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
All along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And you want to know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. Time gone by. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. What a dream. A castle? I took other handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. Are they vampires? I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Okay, Marie Antoinette. Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about! Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I don't know, European castles are expensive. I got right to the edge, but...
There is nothing to be done.
Unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even form my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Tell me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then...
Isn't it wonderful?
She had her head cut off! I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but their statement itself must have been her final high, and that weak smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills,
kills! You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black can disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again, in another life.
The burning of the Versailles Witch. Being burnt at the stake would be a horrible way to die. She just got hit by a fire truck. Well, thanks for pointing out the fire, Monokuma. Great work. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and some more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that? Spill the tea.
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then...
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Who?
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body? That's a really weird question.
Ooh, how exciting.
Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
Woohoo! See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
So...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey.
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. Bum 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 ba-dum bum. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey.
I'm going to go alone from here. Everyone else is at the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why? You. There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You... Please let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So, Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Hina, get your mind out of the gutter. Does that mean what I think it means? Hina, get your mind out of the gutter.
Okay.
The fuck, Hina? What? What? Yeah, I'd forget that too.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the keys, Celeste had given her an open locker, and as the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? Safe, thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So?
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
You...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? It just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believed in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet. Could Kyoko really be right about this? It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet and suddenly as if I were being yanked in. Goshunk! At the same time I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Ba-bump! I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door and it made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? There's a bunch of files and what look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy student registry? This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to look at it, the paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand it if it said I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words. You must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? A strange sound rang out through my head, and it felt like I was shaking. It was shaking my brain back and forth. That's what it feels like when you're at the dentist and they get the thing in your thing and it goes in your teeth, shaking your brain back and forth. And then darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over, and with that I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Is this a normal desk with normal drawers? Empty bookshelf, huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. Yearbooks, the student registry, and even a note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? My brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. You have a concussion, dude. Get some rest. No, you have a concussion. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt things are getting blurry, can't see in front of me. Couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, as if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here? In the gym? didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. Sounds coming in from inside me, but only intensified that much more. My wife? Before me, they raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. One side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spires? My wife? To be continued. Receive the Super Robo Justice present. Yes, we do want to save that. Yes. And now we're going over here. Alright. Let's return to the menu. That's because we just saved it. It's fine. Yeah, that's that. That's where we're leaving it for today. Let's see who's streaming. I think we'll go say hi to Coffee and Crochet. Making Rosie the beer. So go raid. Oh, yeah, no. Always a good one. Thank you. Actually, my raid message is bringing the cozy vibes, and considering today is, because this is my usual raid message, we're bringing the cozy vibes. Considering today was murder time, I don't think we're bringing the cozy vibes. But anyway, we're gonna raid Coffee 2, 3 E's and Crochet because they're making things and that's cool. Thank you for coming by, those who did. And yeah, I'll be back on Monday. It'll be Sims, probably Super Sim. And yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
I saw you out.